Only got about 4 minutes left with Lew Rockwell of LewRockwell.com. Lew, I wanted to bring up some of the tricks the social engineers have. One of them is staged crises or using a crisis, like Emmanuel said to the Wall Street Journal, don't let a good crisis go to waste. Ron Paul's talked about the Gulf of Tonkin. I was going to bring up to you, staged events or Mutalib admittedly being, given a visa because an unnamed agency told the State Department to give the underwear bomber the weapon. What's your take on staged events?
Well, I think that certainly take place. You mentioned Gulf of Tonkin, Pearl Harbor. Was something Franklin Roosevelt wanted to have happen. Woodrow Wilson wanted us into World War I and wanted the Lusitania attacked. So, governments love wars. I mean, for the rest of us, we think of a war as, horrific. I mean, dead people, wounded people, property destroyed. I mean, just anti-civilization. But these people, they love war. And so they're very different from us. On the other hand, I think we always have to take into account that the government is a very stupid organization. It has to do with the economics of bureaucracy. It's a dangerous organization. Think of it like a huge blind rabid dog. So if it steps on you, boy, you're dead. If it grabs you by the jaws, you've had it. But it is possible to avoid it. So yes, they're capable of anything. I don't think if the government doesn't do something evil, it's only because they don't think it's in their interest, or they didn't think of it, or they can't figure out how to do it. But there's nothing that's beyond them morally. They're glad to start wars, kill people en masse. I mean, there's nothing beyond them. But again, as the bureaucracy is stupid. So thank goodness they're not smart, and thank goodness that private intellectuals, private people, private study, private shows like yours, private organizations, private books, private websites, we are able to refute and resist these people. We're able to spread the truth about history, about economics, about all the things that are going on in the world today and all the things they're doing to us. So I think, again, the government, again, is capable of anything evil, but they are a stupid organization. That's the reason that we can win.
But you do support a new 9/11 investigation?
Oh, sure. I'd like to see a new Pearl Harbor investigation. I mean, I think I'd like to see an actual. I remember the heroic Church hearings of the 1970s when Senator Frank Church actually looked into the CIA, and we got some great information of the sort we sort of knew existed, but it's great to have the facts about the murders and the coups and all the evil deeds of the CIA. So I'd like to see this for everything about the government. Absolutely.
Well, incredible interview. I want you to have a great New Year. In 30 seconds, do you agree with me that the tide is starting to turn?
I think the tide is turning, absolutely. I think the tide is, I must say I was very pessimistic right after 9/11, but I think today, absolutely, people are waking up, people are learning, they're educating themselves. So, again, even though I think we have
wonderful. Lew Rockwell, thank you so much. Visit Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. When you're on the site, you can also tune in 24 hours a day to my daily radio broadcast. There's also a free iPhone app to listen to the syndicated radio show when and where you want.